We got the satellite in position, Arch. We're ready to go? Because we're going to attempt another cross to Edinburgh, where our good friend Judith Lucy is currently wowing them at the festival. Jude, come in if you can hear me.
How are you, Mick?
Jude, where the hell have you been?
Well, it's official. I've joined the cast of Cats.
Okay.
Now, I tell you where I have been.
Yes.
I've been to a street market.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And what I love about travelling is that it really does help you realise the things that are universal. For instance, I have become convinced that no matter where you are in the world, show me a dickhead who's willing to put his head into a bath full of urine for the sake of a free beer, and I'll show you an engineering student.
Oh dear.
And in a similar way, no matter where you travel in the world, street markets are shit. They sell the same things everywhere. It's the same silver jewellery. It's the same clothes you would only wear if you were friendless and blind. And always just so many candles and so much leather, not even the Catholic Church could get through it all. Oops, Vicar. But now, one of the things I had done was I had my portrait done.
Oh, yeah.
Can we see that? Because, look, I would get the camera person to actually move the camera, but Tony, Richard and I are just sitting in a room on our own with a camera hanging out of a wall. There is no camera person. The ABC might be complaining about cuts, but I'm telling you, at least their crew isn't being replaced by bricks. But anyway, back to the portrait now. I reckon I look a bit odd. Tony's helping me here. There you go, that's Tony Martin's hand. I reckon I look like the Joker from the Batman movie if he were a girl and, let's be frank, deformed. I mean, why is my head bigger than my torso? I look like I'm some sort of victim of chemical warfare.
You know what it looks like to me,
bought
Jude?
you a
It looks to me like a courtroom artist's impression of a trial involving Princess Margaret.
Well, now that you've said that, Mick, I'm very happy that I've picked you up a little present.
Oh, dear.
Because I bought you this. And you're probably thinking, why is Judith spending money on a stick? But it's so much more than that. Mind you, I'm sure that people have sold sticks at street markets. They've probably just popped googly eyes on them and gone, look, it's a pet. It's a crazy stick. But no, it's actually a pencil.
Get
What
out of
an
here.
incredible idea. I mean, you know, I reckon if someone gave you this, you'd just go, look, there's only one thing worse than this, and then you'd sharpen it and poke it in their eye. But no, there's more fun. For an extra 50p, I don't know if you'll be able to make this out, Mick, but I had it personalised with your name on it. Because you wouldn't want this falling into the wrong hands. And I actually wanted him to write Mick Molloy, but he said, despite the fact that he was just stamping the letters on with a rubber stamp, he's gone, no, 6 letters is my limit. So, you know, I guess if your name's Roberta, you're screwed, but let's face it, if your name's Roberta, you're probably a bit screwed anyway. Now,
Yeah?
2 plastic bits of crap? No, jewellery. Apparently, this is a bracelet and this is a necklace. So I'm just going to start getting some discarded bits of dental floss and turning it into earrings. Here we have something that's a little reminiscent of the copper tongue scraper I showed you a few weeks back. It's the Orgasmatron.
Hello.
Now, fortunately, this isn't meant to go anywhere near your genitals. Apparently, this is what you're supposed to do with it. Orgasmatron, well, boy, I've always gotten off by scratching my head with a rake. And I tell you what, Mick, show me a street performer in this country and I'll show you a person wearing one of these.
Ah, yes.
Apparently from Peru, which is where I'd like to send most of the street performers I've encountered. But, you know, for God's sake, is that doing anyone any favours? I mean, why would you go out wearing a tea cosy? You may as well just pop a thermos on your head. But I will tell you about the best street performer I've encountered so far. His name is Mystico.
Yeah.
He gets around in a pair of filthy jeans, a filthy wind cheater. He seems to have a bit of vacuum hosing attached to his chest. He's got antenna, and the one part of his costume that I do understand, a mask. He's obviously meant to be an alien. Yes. And his act consists of, I'm not kidding, he just runs up to people in the street and exhales. He's obviously trying to do some Darth Vader thing. And I was just standing there thinking, I meant to give you money for breathing. Well, I might give you money if you stop.
You, Jude, are a nightmare. Now, tell me this too. I believe during the week you had your tarot cards read. Is that true?
Oh, I did. Look, I had that done at the market as well because, you know, no trip to the market's complete without a really crap reading. And this woman told me that apparently I'm actually receiving a lot of love at the moment from animals in the universe, especially, of course, dolphins. Right. And I did feel like saying to her, well, look, the only contact I've had with dolphins, it's been when I bought some tins of tuna that haven't been too friendly. And, you know, I just thought, golly, all these years trying to meet people in bars, I should have been hanging out at SeaWorld. And then she told me, then she actually told me that dolphins communicate through vibrations, and so do humans. And then she said, you're making your own dolphin noises right now. Which is when I wanted to say, well, Dr. Dolittle, do you know what I'm saying? You're a raving lunatic. But, you know, then I went home and cracked Flipper up with that story for hours.
Absolutely.
And then finally she said to me, you know, there's a lot we can learn from dolphins. And she said we can learn a lot from the way they breathe. And then she said, if you ever have any kind of brain problem, and I thought, well, at last, a topic you're probably qualified to speak about. And she said, if you ever have any depression or anxiety, you can cure it by simply blowing your nose.
Dear, oh dear.
So, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've actually come down with quite a bad head cold, and I was a bit put out by that, but now I've realised it's really just a fantastic opportunity for me to really come to grips with being adopted.
Oh, that's fantastic. You've made a breakthrough there, Jude. I'm going to have to...
I know I have.
I'm going to have to wind it up there, but tell that Tony Martin not to go away, because we'd love a quick word with him as soon as we get back from the break. And just before we go, Bob, do you have a question?
Judith? Bob Franklin, Channel 9. Jude, I saw a postcard the other day, and in it the Loch Ness Monster had a kilt on and some sort of Scottish hat, and he was chatting to locals in a Scottish bar. Is this a regular occurrence, or was that just a sort of jokey postcard?
Yes, it is. He's a very friendly monster, and we're actually going out for a drink tonight.
Fantastic.
All right,
Good
well,
news.
make sure you keep that hat on, Jude, and you'll have no problems
You
whatsoever.
bet.
We're going to take a break. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank Judith Lucy, absolute champion, taking time out of her very successful Edinburgh show to talk the breeze with us.